All right, welcome back. Good evening now. My little break in between this video and the last one was a lot longer than expected, but I was kind of tidying up some other stuff that I had, labeling bags and what have you on those cars we just opened up with the Circuit Legends. So again, tonight on Diversified Diecast, we're going to do these Auto Worlds. There's a few from different years here. We got a square body Chevy. This is 2021, release 4. This one, I believe, is 2021 release 3. Jeep JK. All of these three I got from the same guy. He's out of Oregon, I believe. And this was one I found up in Rockwall near my cousin's place. This is a 2021 release 3 as well, same as the Jeep. And then this is 2025 mix, I believe. Yeah, release 1. So this is the metallic teal variant. Anyway, we'll save the Chevy truck for last. We'll go ahead and do, might start off with the Jeep. Cut it open and check it out. So this is, like I said, 21, release 3, version A. Paint code's PJK 941758 Hyper Green. This is a 1 of 13,424. And we'll get to the premium facts here in just a second after we check roll quality. But it's a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Sahara Unlimited. Always happy to open up AutoWorlds because of the quality and the detail. And I mean, the quality is really hard to beat. What I also do love is their true 1/64 scale is also a really nice feature. You know, especially when you collect a little bit of everything like I do: cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, whatever. That scale thing is really nice because when you have them in displays in garage or on the shelf, if they're not really to scale with each other, it looks kind of funky sometimes. But Hyper Green was the color unique to Jeep. It was not used on any of the other Chrysler brand vehicles. Hyper Green color was new for the 2016 model year. So like I said, this is a 17 Wrangler Sahara JK year body variant. It's got the Pentastar V6 under there. Really nice. Feels pretty good. Like it's got something kind of dragging it. Hold it up a little bit, but that's also got some really big tires to it. We'll get some up close to this thing. I have one other Jeep in this casting, 16, 17, somewhere in there, JK. It's a Black Big Chief edition. Sorry. I actually have it in the giveaway box to the barbershop because one of the barbers up there that he's kind of new. He's been there maybe a year or two. He has a JK 4-door Wrangler, and he asked me when I gave away a bunch of cars up there. He said, "Hey, do you have any Jeeps?" I said, "No." I said, "Not in here." And I said, "Not really in my giveaway pile." I said, "I've got some stuff at home that I can go through." And of course, I wanted to give him something kind of nice, and I wasn't that crazy about it. So when I go get my ears lowered this next week on Friday, I'll drop that off. I actually had it ready to give to him last time we were up there, but I just forgot to grab it and bring it to him. So there's that guy. All right, we'll do the Ford next. So this is also from 2021 release 3. So in this set, I'll show you all the back of the card. Read them off on here. So you have the Suburban, which I have a bunch of those. I've got, 4 or 5 of the 66 Chevy Suburbans. 83 Chevrolet Fleet Side, which I believe is this one. Yeah. This truck here. One of the color variants. The Ford, the Jeep, and the other two, 94 Toyota Supra. I actually have that car on my displays up there. It's silver. Beautiful. And then 2019 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. So 3 from the muscle trucks, 1 from the SUV, and 2 from the modern muscle. I don't have any of these F-150s at all, unless they're a Raptor, like a Hot Wheels Premium. I got a couple of those, but definitely not an AutoWorld. No, I don't know if Giant Lightning makes a casting like this. This is a 2019 Ford F-150 Lariat, crew cab, four-wheel drive. Paint code and color on this one is ruby red metallic, very, very well-known, popular color. RR 931662. Wonder if it'll be able to tell us if it's got the 5 tray or the 3.5 EcoBoost. It's hard to tell. Maybe it says on here. It does not say. But here is something that is interesting. Let's see, they captured on here. Related to tow numbers, because they're just crazy nowadays for half tons. The 2019 50 was available in 3 cab configurations, obviously regular, super cab, and the super crew, which super cab is extended cab. Depending on the truck configuration, the 2019 F-150 can tow up to 13,200 pounds. If I had to guess, that is probably a short wheelbase or long wheelbase, 2-wheel drive, base model, single cab with a 3.5 EcoBoost in it. This truck, the way it's configured, I know enough about them and looked at enough stuff because I actually almost bought one before I bought my Ram in 2017. I know, right? A lot of the Texas edition, XLTs. I was looking at crew cab full drive, short base. I was really, really trying to go after a 5-liter. I considered a 2.7 and a 3.5. Depending on how those trucks are configured, most of them would tow anywhere from 9,500 to about 11.5. That was the first gen of whatever generation variant this F-150 is, the 15 to 17. I know in 18, they got a refresh like this, 18 to 20. And supposedly that Gen 2 of the 5-liter Fords is actually one of the best and most reliable. So if I was going to recommend, someone just has to have a Ford F-150, from this style of F-150, 2015 and up. It seems like they have the least amount of problems. I'm sure there's 150,500 people that can non-validate that or have their own opinion about it. But the research that I've looked into and the people I've talked to, the 2018 to 2020 F-150 5-liter seems to give them the best reliability and least problems. So anyway, like I said, I don't have any of these F-150s in any model variant. Definitely not the 18 to 20. I have a couple other ones in the 15, 16, or 17, but we'll show some up close details on these things. AutoWorld, man, they're great. I mean, they're really tough to beat for the money. You can find them pretty much anywhere. They're Walmart, Target, Hobby Lobby. I'm sure Miho and all them other places up there. HB Plus down here. Very nice. Roll quality is kind of lacking on this one, which is kind of a shock because I have a bunch of other crew cab pickups. The Chevy Trail Boss, and I think I got a High Country. They roll just fine. I'm not sure what's going on with this one. Maybe the wheels are just too tight on the axles or something, but that's a first. AutoWorld is normally next to perfect, but this guy here is like a sewing machine. Okay. But other than that, we'll show it up close. It looks really good and it's very nice. Tailgate's open on the AutoWorlds too, by the way. Okay. Chevy Square Body. Same series as these. 2021 release 3. This is a 84 Silverado 10 fleet side. And what I have noticed about all the AutoWorld square bodies, non-lifted or lifted, and I even think I have a lowered, one of my favorite AutoWorld square bodies, period. It might be the same year as this one. It's all black. It's got the lowered stance and the Steelies that are white or chrome, I think. All the underbodies and bases are four-wheel drive. So I actually prefer this casting over the lifted one because the casting base on those is a little toonish, kind of like a Hot Wheels mainline from 20 years ago. The way they had to put the casting bulges in there just doesn't really didn't really do it for me. They look really good from a distance or on the shelf, but when you pick them up and handling them, they're just not. They're not as nice as this, and not as accurate to scale, if you will. And I'll show you all that when we get them up close. But fun facts on this one are exterior differences from 1983 were minimal for the 1984 model year. 84 Chevy truck was available in 24 different paint colors, down from 37 to 83. Wonder what the reasoning for that was. Paint color on this one is, it's a mouthful. 71/19, 3463/9300. I guess it's two-tone. Red orange is the main color, and the accent center color is black. Oh, this is actually release 4. I'm sorry. So it's not from the same as these two. I always get mixed up on the back of these cards. But the way you can double check is on here right here on the front. It always shows the release down there on the bottom right, and the version, and then obviously the model year over here on the side. This is a fairly high produced one of 18,798. So I have probably, I want to say probably 4 or 5 AutoWorlds. I had that real nice premium lowrider opened up on camera a few months ago. This truck. There's a couple of that are just like this. Like I said, that black one that's all solid black and lowered. There's a Gentleman Jim or a Big Ten or one of those. So I have probably 4 or 5 like this in a factory ride height, if you will. And I think I have 3 or 4 of the step sides that are the lifted versions. So roll qualities, excellent. Top notch. Can't be beat. All right. I'm curious to see how they are in 2025. I saw somebody open one of these up on one of those other channels. Not sure who it was. Again, 2025, release 1. I do have the Cadillac Eldorado. You know what? Let's pause real quick and let's see what's in this set. So in release 4 for 2021, 77 Lincoln Continental Mark 5. That's a new casting for that year. This truck, obviously, from the muscle trucks. 2019 Chevy Camaro ZL1, 93 Dodge Stealth RT. Muscle Wagons is a 63-2 Nova 400 wagon. And the sports car series is a 2020 Chevy Corvette, which I believe I had that car. I think it's blue. Not one of the new ones you see on the racks at Walmart, but I'm pretty sure I have that car. All right, back to 2025 release 1. Luxury Cruiser is the 67 Cadillac Eldorado. The Modern Muscle, which I have the 2012 Ford Mustang Boss 302. We're going to open that on another video. 88 Chrysler Conquest TSI. I have 2 of those. I actually opened one of those up on camera as well. The Import Legends is the 91 Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX. And the muscle trucks, you have the 2020 Ford F-150 Black Appearance Package. I believe that's just like this truck. I actually may have that truck coming to me from my mother-in-law in Ohio. She actually found it the other day. And this truck here. And they have 2 color variants in this one, just like all the rest of them. It's this metallic teal, and I think the other one's like a dark metallic red or something like that. So this is version A. It's 05 Chevy Silverado SS Custom. The reason I'm saying they call it custom on here, I don't remember these trucks as extended cabs. This was they had 2 of these styles of trucks back in these cat eye Chevrolets. I'm not sure if they started in 05 and went to 06 to 7, or if it was 04 to 06, but they had 2 different versions, if you will. They had the Chevy SS, which is what these were, and from what I remember, and if I'm wrong, please throw it down in the comments. It was a Cat Eye Chevrolet, kind of an appearance package. It had a 6-liter LS, not the 5.3, and they were all-wheel drive. Now, one of those years towards the end, or both years, or maybe a different variant, they had the same exact truck, but it was a 2-wheel drive, and I want to say they called them like a high output or something. Same wheels, had same kind of appearance package, and the only reason I knew that was because a classmate of mine, who was a year younger than me, either right when I graduated, or maybe when he graduated, and I was still living down there in the town I grew up in. He actually had a red extended cab 2-wheel drive variant, whatever they called it, the HO or what have you. But you can spot these trucks from a mile away because the way they had the air dam on the front, they had those, you know, where the fog lights would be. I'm not sure if that was a cooling opening for the brake discs. I'm pretty sure it wasn't ram air. If it was, that's news to me. And they had, you know, color clad bumpers, and the grill was color matched. And these wheels were very noticeable, you know, from anywhere. So the Chevy SS never made a single cab SS. See, model of that Cadillac Silverado. Under the hood, the 2005 Silverado SS is a 6-liter LS2, 345 horse, and 380 pounds of torque at 4,400 RPM. It's a version A metallic teal. All right, let's get some up close to these things so I can show you the undercarriage in the detail. I always love doing that with AutoWorld, showing the moving parts. Engine bays are always really nice. Trucks having tailgates that open. It's also a really nice feature. And y'all can get a good look at this Jeep up close too. So I'll let Colt pause the camera and we'll get some up close shots. All right, here's a Jeep. Not crazy about their tire and wheel choice on this thing. Man, it actually went a little too big. I guess they're trying to replicate like a really big 35-inch, maybe even a tucked under 37-inch. This is, what is that? Big booger on there. All right, so there's a little paint mishap. Not sure what happened there. It looks like some of the black from the undercarriage got caught up in there. Flat black roof. So there's the Pentastar V6 in there. Panel on the grill is not that great. Notice that. Not like AutoWorld. I could really use a touch up for sure. Not their finest hour, if I'm being honest. But their undercarriage, these things are always really nicely detailed. These are apparently casted on late April. All right. 2019 Ford F-150. Really nice panel on this one. Like I said, I love that AutoWorld elects to do this. Such a nice feature. They even got the bulge in the tailgate around these trucks. Oh, we didn't check the license plate. Let's see what this one says. Nothing. Unlicensed vehicle. But on here, it says F-150. Those of you who don't know, AutoWorld always does some kind of little Easter egg caveat on license plate. It's always really neat. Couldn't tell what part it was this thing. Let's see. That is probably 5 liter. It's big and wide. Sorry, we got buried border collie hair in there. What else is new? All right. Here's your undercarriage. Look at that. Look at all that crisp detail. You want to know what the bottom of this truck looks like? Learn when you're younger. That's how we used to do it before we started putting wrenches in our hand. 124 plastic models we used to build and die-cast models we had. You know, it's funny, I work with a guy, project manager, who drives a truck a lot like this. He has a new one now, but he kept this truck. Same color interior, same color here, same color two-tone, and it's a Lariat, but his is a 2016, I'm sorry. But when I saw this truck, I said, oh yeah, I gotta have it. It looks just like a, you know whose truck. All right. Square body, 84, Chevy half-ton. So I was telling y'all, that right there is a four-wheel drive variant. Plate says 84. Gonna have a 305 or 350 Chevrolet. See, they even got the jack mounted. For those of you who know these square bodies, they always have the jack and all the accessories for the jack right here on the passenger fender. That's shown on there as well. Really nice detail. I mean, look at that badge. Got this right here. Got the cab molding. Yeah, nicely done. Third duals. Got the rear leaf pack on there. Again, open tailgate. Love that feature. Paint quality is always really good on these things too. That Jeep is a disappointment. That grill should have been better, in my opinion. But all their square bodies, the paint on this one, if you can kind of see it, it's not really too terribly straight. I'm not sure what happened there. It also looks like this wheel opening on this fender well on there. I have to check my other one to see if they're like that. But cool interior shot. Got the little transfer case lever on the floor down there. It's pretty cool. Can't tell if it has a column shifter shown. Got buckets in this one with a console. Very nice. All right. 05 Silverado Custom SS. This one replicates like a bed liner spray in. Pretty paint. Hood's not that great on it. Just got a big old gap over here. Mm-hmm. China. All right. Let's get these things on the turntable. Let you guys look at them and we'll call it a night. All right. So a little recap. This is a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Sahara Unlimited. Unlimited is the 4-door designation for these 08 and up Jeeps, if you will. I'm sorry, 07 up in Jeeps. 2021 release 3. This is from the Sport Utility Series, that release. Version A. Hyper green is the color. But we won't have to worry about this one rolling off because it is stuck like Chuck. Okay, again, this is a 2019 Ford F-150 Lariat. The color is Ruby Red Metallic. This is also from 2021, release 3. This is out of the Muscle Trucks part of the series. This is also version A. All right, 84 Chevy Silverado 10 fleet side. This one is 2021 release 4. So it's just after these other two. Red, orange, and black. Version B on this one. All right, 2025 release 1. This is a 2005 Chevy Silverado SS Custom. Metallic teal on the paint. This is version A. All right, which one was y'all's favorite? I'm going to say this one is a very close second. It may be maybe kind of a tie between this one and the square body. They're both nice in their own regard. I think the square body is a little bit better overall, except that really strange opening on that passenger rear wheel well. But the paint and fit and finish on the square body is a little bit better, with the exception of that note. But the cat Chevy's nice. I'm kind of glad I got this variant. I think it looks better than the red, just to be something different. Disappointed in that Wrangler, if I'm being honest. Should have had a little bit better detail on the front grille and some other things. And that Ford I was disappointed in too. It doesn't have very good roll quality, and it's such a really nice model, with the exception of that. I mean, everything else is next to perfect. From AutoWorld, but it don't roll like at all. So anyway, there's the AutoWorld truck run, truck/SUV. The next AutoWorld video I'm going to pre-film tonight or tomorrow. It's kind of a collective Mustang lot, newer Mustangs. I think I have an older Firebird in there. But stay tuned for that. Here next, we're going to do these Majorette collection cars. I got 3 more of them. I have a few already. I'm not sure if I showed those on camera or not. But I was glad to get the Honda NSX. And the BMW looks pretty cool. Gave you a little sneak peek of those. So we'll open those up with a bonus car of a Maestro Speed Icon, a Porsche 911 GT2 as well. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Hit a like as well. Give me some comments on your favorite. Again, what y'all want to see more, what y'all want to see less of. I can't display and portray what y'all want to see if y'all ain't telling me. So apparently it's not bothering too many people. And what I'm doing is a good order, or no one cares. But y'all let me know. Y'all something in the comments so I can have a roadmap, if you will, on what you guys want to open up. Also, sneak peek this Fast and the Furious set that I've had for a little while. I'm going to bust it open. I had the Zamax Silver Series set that I opened up off camera just because I wanted to clear some room, and those are really nice. And I think this Fast and the Furious box of 10, I believe, should be just as nice. It'll be a nice treat for y'all as well. So there's 10 in here. So thanks for watching. You guys have a good night. We'll see you next time.